7. We do about 4 episodes a month. So I'm changing in September. It's April, May, June. There's potentially 16 more episodes before I think I'm done. Is I have so much content. What I might end up doing is once I've harvested all of the cotton fields, the last ones are going to be down this end of the map, and I may just park the cotton harvester on the other farm. It just gets it out of the way, so it's not taking up room on the main farm. That field to my right is not mine. That's should think about doing something about that. Maybe. Oh, this is a terribly nice yielding field. Now again, the lime is going to be short, so the yield will probably be a little bit down. Let's see, watch it go initially. Yeah, that's okay. You're doing your thing. I'm gonna need you. Let's fold the pipe in and go find a harvester. I think he's probably facing the wrong way. Actually, not facing the wrong way. Okay, that's absolutely awesome. Go empty this guy. And this, well, actually, I'll follow him for a bit that way. And we'll have a full 30,000 litres to dump on the truck. Three, two, one, go. Come on. No, it makes sense. Go. I have been thinking about a 45,000 litre grain cart, although that's more than twice the size, or that's more than half the size of the truck, so I could empty it once and then maybe 30,000 litres and it's 2/3 empty. Alrighty, it's full. But it's all, you know, it's trying to work the size of this cart with the size of the truck with the size of the harvester. So the harvester I have at the moment, I think it does 14,800 litres in a truckload, or in the hopper, which is, you know, approximately 2 loads from the harvester makes approximately 1 load of this, and then this is 30, the truck's 75, so it's a little bit more. It's 2.5 for the truck. The other option would be to go with a bigger harvester. What's out there at the moment? Nothing. So going with we've got that one, which is 14. Mexican 69 is 13. That is 16. That is 18. And we've got the CR11, 20 and 20. So these two do 20. So that's a little bit big. But the S9 is 16 times 2 is 32. 64, or that one is 18 times 2 is 36 times 2 is 72. So you could then do 2 loads from a harvester into a grain cart, 2 loads from the grain cart into the truck, and that's probably about as efficient as I could get it. Righty, you're done. So, I thought that. Figure out which button to press to fold that. Okay, harvester's harvesting. He's not going to make it to this end, I don't think. But I can park that there. Right, you're still sitting there. You're still 161 litres of stuff. You're nearly full. You're there. You're there. You're mowing. And you're... Okay, well, we've been round once, and that is what it is. So that's everybody. But having a slightly bigger harvester here, so it's a little bit bigger than 14,800, would mean that I can probably do 14,100. But that could mean that I could instead do get the full loading, row in. I think 16,000 is sufficient. I suppose figure that out by staying with the harvester while it finishes the row. Although the class is 18,000, which was the one I was more interested in, I think. But I would need a bigger cart. So, park that there. So that's my current thought. I don't need it this year, but maybe we will look at getting rid of the S7, getting something with a little bit more capacity. You are empty. And so 14,000. If I end up with less than 4,000 on the turn, that might be the optimum size to look at for a harvester. Going to need to find a folding header. I think the class headers do fold. How many have we got? We got less than 1,000. So potentially next year we could look at that, and possibly I have one of those, or you could go to the bigger one, which I don't have. I have one of those. There's a sunflower harvester. And then, what? Oh, that's a sorghum header. Interesting. That does sorghum. Okay. So weirdness abounds with that's corn and that's sorghum. Oh, I didn't know that. Now, if we go and look at the class, so that gives me 2,000 more litres. This would give me just under 4. Didn't want to do that. But if we go combinations on that, I thought there was a class header. Okay. So we're going with one of those, which is 10 meters. That's 13.8. And then possibly, where's my corn header? That one? That's a corn header, but that doesn't fold. That one does. That's 13 meters. That's only 9. That's not good. And then that one is the sunflower, what do they call it? Helianthus header. But there are class headers out there. Green headers, corn headers. I do not have any loaded, but I could look for class headers on the mod hub, which do fold, which makes it easier to get around the map when doing corn. Alright, you're doing your thing. You're doing your thing. Still doing your thing. Just sitting there. You're picking rocks. Still 161 litres. You're nearly done. Ooh. Now the bad news at this end is if this tank was bigger, I would probably be too far down this next row in order to empty it from outside. Let's find my RT. Where'd my RT go? Goodness. Really? There. My goodness. Because the harvester's only at 88%. That might not be a brilliant thing. Okay, that was really cold tea. Not a fan. 6. Yeah, see, he's way too far down now. But we're nearly done here. I'll be able to stick the mulcher on this field straight away. As I said, I do have 2 of those mulcher rollers. They're only 7 meters wide. But I can run 2 tractors on 2 different fields. Which would make things, yeah, which got us mulched last year with time to spare. Well, that's good. Let's try that again. Tractor too close. And now, unfortunately, I can't fill up the grain bin cart. So I can't run alongside the harvester. So yeah, Mrs. Osa's friend is getting into cake making. She wants some cake making contraption that helps you get the cakes nice and evenly round and evenly flat. And apparently they make a sheet machine for that, which she found for $600. And then she found one on a market hub that basically they were asking, I think, $200. But Mrs. Osa's quite good at finding things, and she found one new for $200. So her friend decided she wanted to take a look at it and put in an offer. But she pointed out to this person who's selling her cake thing for $200. Look, I can buy a new one for that. How's about you cut the price to $150 and I'll buy yours? So apparently that was a thing. So they've gone to pick that up now. All right, you're doing a thing. You are near enough full. So I need to go and find the grain card. Oops, I turned the engine off. Silly boy. I think I can just run down here. So Harvester should get to the end and turn around and come back before it needs unloading. Well, it won't come all the way back, but it'll come part way back. How's he doing? He's 25% done. And pretty much at the end of that row. So that's all good. Oh, actually, no. The road keeps going downhill, so... Real world, we have rainstorms. I'm not sure if we're due thunderstorms, but it is definitely going to rain most of today now. And I think freeze tonight, which should be fun. Which means I have to go and mess with the air conditioning and turn it off. Or turn off the automaticness of the air conditioning, because you don't want to run your AC when there's snow on the ground. That tends to mess up the operation. Anyway, let's pull forwards and empty that bin. I'm gonna hazard a guess that we are not going to get the entirety of this field into this truck. I'm gonna have to go round again, which means I will have more than 500,000 litres of corn on the farm. How much are we down to now? Corn, we are now at 465. Value 222, maximum value 423. So corn, not a great value crop, but it does give me something to bounce between. I could stop growing corn and just grow soybeans and cotton, although to be fair, your typical crop rotation is beans and corn. Beans and corn, corns and beans. But beans are good because I don't have to fertilize them. And yeah, it's thoughts. It's tipped. Still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tractor's doing things. You're not doing things. You are. Nearly finished with this side. That's okay. You're still ploughing and you've got so much to do. Sitting around doing nothing. You're emptying. You're sitting. Grass is... Oh, it looks like we're nearly done. Be good. Bye. Chase him down. See how much... Because the thing is if I can get him all the way to the end, then he'll definitely do the next one. Especially given that angle, how much of a turn, how much less of a row there is as we east. Already up to 17,000. I think if I fill this up, we can go and dump some in the truck, and the truck will be full. If we get us to the end, then we'll stop. Maybe back up. Not get into the way. Harvester, which is now going to want to drive into a tree. Because that's so much fun. Alright. Now there are a couple of roads here. Probably about 3 or 4. I think I am possibly getting close to a point where I can just leave the truck in the field and empty the harvester with this. Take the corn directly back to the yard. Oops. There we go. Bent the pipe. It's not that serious. That doesn't tell me how much corn I've got in the truck, only the percentage. And we are... Okay. Jump to the truck. Truck is maximum weight, right? So like I said, and unfortunately emptying the auger cart into the grain silos is not an easy thing because it's surrounded by that sort of scaffolding. But I think so long as I pull out, that will be no problem. It should be the back. Yes. So we let it empty. Wait for the door to shut.